Hello guys, today you join me with the Swift again. I've just had delivery, so I will show you what I've had. This is the bottom arms. So we've got the two new bottom arms in here. I will be fitting these just in a moment. I think the rest of the stuff, so the top mounts and what else did they order? All the discs and pads, and they're coming after, because I do have two deliveries today. Don't know why they've sent it separately. If you want to know where I've ordered them from, I've ordered from Autodoc. I order quite a lot of my stuff from here, and they're normally pretty decent, to be honest. Good priced as well, so that's why I go with them. So yeah, check out Autodoc. Whilst I've been off camera, I've done a few little things. I've undone the top mounts, so they're loose now. I just wanted to make sure the bolts come undone. I drilled out this bolt here, the one that snapped here. So I've got a nut and bolt there now. That's just going to hold the, I think it was the flexi hose on there. And then if we come to the back, I finally got the disc off. You do not understand how long it took me to get that. Look at the corrosion on that. Them discs were welded to that. So what I had to do, I had to drill the bolts out that hold the disc on, because obviously they messed up, so I drilled them out. And then the disc still won't come off. I was hammering it for ages. I was like, oh, this disc is not moving. So then I remembered that the disc has got holes on it. These little holes, there's two, there's one here and one here. You can thread a bolt into there, and that basically pushes against the hub and pries the disc off. They were that stuck. I did it on this one, and it literally tore the head of the bolt off. That is how stuck these were to my hubs. But we got them off. I managed to do it with this one. So we're just waiting for the new brakes and all that to come, and the top mounts, before we can put the struts and that back in. But for now, I'm going to get these back in the bottom arms so I can get the hub sitting on the bottom arms again. Because at the minute, they're just flopping around. Well, they're not. They're on a bucket, but they're flopping. I've been out to grab some other stuff. So what we got here, we got some brake cleaner. Of course, you need that to clean the residue off your new discs. And I need to clean the hubs. I haven't done that yet. I've just bought some, like, what are these? Abrasive pads to help get the rust off. And I bought sanding sponges. I do have sanding paper, but I thought I'd try these. They might be a bit better. And the last thing, just had an email from High On Boost. The boys there have sent me something for Abby's Scirocco, so we're going to be fitting that after. It's something to do with the clutch, basically. It's in here. You put this under the clutch pedal or screw it in somewhere down there, and what it does, it stops excess travel, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to feel the pedal before, then I'll put that on and feel it after, and I will let you know what it does. But I'm going to be fitting that after, so thanks for sending that out. Let's get on with the video. I've got quite a bit to do. I've got to clean the hubs, get these bottom arms in. Well, that's it for now, because nothing else is here, but it will be. So what we got to do, we got to prep the surface of this for the new disc. Obviously don't want it sitting on rust. So we need to prep this here. And where's the caliper? The piston on the caliper, so if you see the piston there, we need to get that pushed back. Now I should have done this before the video really, because it could go wrong and I might have a dodgy caliper. So just one of these basically. You just grab this goes on here. You grab whatever size you need to, or whatever shape you need to fit your piston on the caliper, and you turn it. You got a left and right hand one, obviously for different sides and all that. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do all that now, get all that back, so then everything's prepped ready. Hopefully nothing goes wrong, but nothing ever goes simple for me. And then I will get back to you once we're about to put the bottom arms in. Let's go. So quick tip here, when you're pushing back the pistons, obviously the air and the fluid gets pushed into here. It can wreck the seal on the cap, so take the cap off when you push back your pistons. Some people don't do it, some people say you don't have to do it, but it's just good practice. I was taught that way, so that's what I do. So I'll just show you how this works. You got your tool to do the winding, and then you got one of your pieces. There was a piece in here, and it fits nice inside and around the piston basically. So what you do is you just turn this, and the piston will wind back in. Sorry it's a bit shaky, I'm trying to hold the camera and do this. So as you can see, the piston goes back in, you can see the rubber crushing up there. So you basically just do this until it stops. So you want the piston the whole way back, because obviously when you put your new pads on, they're thick, so the piston need to be pushed all the way in to allow it to fit. We have another parcel. Oh yeah, I got my safety slippers on as well for everyone that was commenting. I don't know why, I just always wear slippers in the garden, even if I'm working on a car. I'll regret it one day when I drop the car on my toes. Let me just open this box, I'm struggling here. Again, this is all from Autodoc. I'm hoping it's the rest of the stuff we need. Brembo front brake discs. Brembo front brake pads. So that's for the front. And for the back, why are these ones so big? The back's smaller. It's just the packaging. And for the back we got Rid-X pads. And then we got 2 Bilstein top mounts to hopefully fix our stubborn, wobbling shocks. Throw that over there. And we got our bottom arms. I am still trying to get the calipers back on the rear. I've got them back, I think. One won't go the whole way back though, it's just spinning now. So I'm just going to see if the pads will go in. But if not, that'll be a new caliper. Let me just check all these because for some reason my Brembos look smaller than the Rid-X, and the Rid-X is meant to be the rear. Oh, the front discs are wrong. These ones are smaller, quite a lot smaller as well. I just ordered some new discs from Rollins. I'm going to go and pick them up at 3 o'clock. 80 quid, quite expensive. Obviously more expensive than them. They weren't that, they were about 50 quid. I think they are standard brake discs for the standard Swift. Weird though, the pads are the same size as the ones that I've taken off. The Brembo pads are sound, we can use them. Everything else is sound by the looks. I've checked the pads for the rear, they're alright. These discs here for the back, they're bang on, so they're sound. I thought it was weird how the box for the fronts was smaller than the back, smaller than the back, so then straight away I knew something's wrong. Top mounts are correct, and the rear pads are correct, so I'm going to go ahead now, put everything together that I can. The only thing I can't do is the front discs till about 3 o'clock. Pissed me off that. I've got to send them back to Autodoc now. What I was on about here, as you can see, loads of fluid come out when I've pressed the piston back. That's why you take the lid off, because otherwise that's obviously going to squeeze out the seal and damage it. I'm going to sand down the hubs. I haven't done that yet. I've just been trying to get the pistons back, which I think they're all back. One's being a bit stubborn, but I'll figure it out. Boys, these fucking calipers on the back are like a pain in the ass. It took me ages to get this side on. It's finally on. Right, so I copper grease, like I said, I copper grease around here. That might look like a lot. It is a lot, to be honest. I put too much on. It's not going to do it no harm. It's just so when the wheel goes on there, it's just easier to get off in the future. Same with the pads. You put some copper grease on the back and you put it on like the edges of the lips, and clean out the insides of the calipers here. Take the metal pins off, clean behind it, so your pads can move freely. That's pretty much it. Put your bolts back in. That side's done. I'm going to crack the other side. I've been quite a rush because it looks like it's going to rain. At 3 o'clock I'm going to get the other brakes. So I want to get the backs on and hopefully get the bottom arms, and maybe, I don't know what time it is right now. What time is it? It's currently 1:30, so I've got a bit of time. I'm going to smash the other side now. That side took me a while because the freaking caliper wouldn't go back, but I've got it back finally. So yeah, that side's on. New discs and pads on that. So now I'm going to go ahead and smash the other side out quick, and then we'll do the bottom arms and then the top mounts, put them on, and then the struts can go in, and then we're pretty much ready for the brakes then, and that's everything done. Obviously I've got to do the alternator belts, but I've not ordered them, so that'll be in another video. I'll do that when I service the car. Probably best to do it while I service it. This side's a bit more awkward. I got less room, but we got a bit of room. So first of all, I'm going to clean this up. Normally I would get every bit of rust off that, but I haven't got. I normally use like a buzz thing. When I was in the garage, I'd use a buzz thing, and that would clean that up mint. My main goal here is to get all the hard, like sticky outy bits off, so it's a nice flat surface, especially around here, nice flat surface for the new disc to sit on. And then same on here, because the sticky outy bits on here, when you go to put your pads in, they're hard to get in. Obviously you don't want them to be too loose, but when you put them in, you want them to go in like without force, basically. Managed to get the piston back on this one. Took me freaking ages. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to clean up all this, clean around here, and then I'll put the new brake disc on and pads in and all that. So I'll just clean this up, then I'll pick the camera up for you. There we have the other back disc and pads in. Just before you put the discs on, give it a clean with a brake cleaner, because they do come with like a protective lubricant on them, and obviously you need that off before you install them. So now that's done, the back wheels can go back on, so both the rears are done now. So I'm going to whack the back wheels back on. I'll do that now probably. Oh, the pins and needles. Oh. So I've got the rear wheels back on now, so the backs are done. Just give it a spin, make sure there's no sounds. You don't really want any scraping. You want it nice and smooth. Scraping normally means it's going to scrape when you're driving. But when you press the brake pedal, if it is scraping, it might go away. It might just because of the way the pads are sitting right now. Obviously I can't press the brake pedal because my calipers are still off at the front. It's time to put some bottom arms in now. We got one and I got two. Oh, smashed. Smashed bottom arms. It's starting to rain as well, just my luck. So now we need to go front right, which is this one. That's why I keep it in order so I know what bolts go where. We just got to line up this bottom arm under there. I ain't gonna be able to hold the camera and do this, so it goes that way. So I'm gonna line this up, get this in hopefully, and then I'll pick the camera up. Why is the rain coming? Piss off. New bottom arm, very easy to get in. So I just moved this over here, put it on the bucket over here, left that on the floor. I just literally slid it into place, just used a rubber mallet, just knocked it into place so I didn't damage it here. This here, obviously bring the hub, slide it on, went straight in, give it a couple of taps underneath with the rubber mallet, and it was literally that easy. So I'm going to repeat the same on the other side, and then we're on to putting the top mounts on the struts, and then we can get the struts back in. And then I can go and get the discs, and hopefully the car will be back on all four wheels. Just give them a quick check with the ratchet. That's all I took them off with, so I don't need to bar them or anything. Lovely, so we're in. It just takes a little bit of manipulation to get that bit in. You got to get the right angle on the bolt for the joint, obviously. Right, now we're going to whack the pinch bolt in and do this up, so we'll do that now. Just like that, we got two new arms in. So once you've used your whizzy thing on that, if you've got one, just check it with the ratchet, make sure it's tight. I don't know the Newton meters, so don't ask me. I do it to Higgins specifications. Now, we're on to top mounts. So once we've done the top mounts, we can put the struts back in the car. So we're going to do the top mounts now. First things first, you're going to need a set of coil spring, what the hell are they called? Compressors. Coil spring compressors, because you need to compress, well, take the pressure off the top mount to get it off. Unless you do what my Armstrong does and just absolutely hoy it off and hope the spring don't kill you, but I'm not that brave. So I've got this one off. This is the old one, pretty crusty. There's a lot of play in that bearing there, and then we got a nice new fresh Bilstein one here. So I'm going to put this on now, do it up, and do the same for the other one, and then just whack them back in the car. It's pretty simple. The bolt on the top is a 19. I use my deep neck 19 spanner. Use a Torx bit inside thread here. A 6, so the same, basically the same to get the top mounts off. It's basically exactly the same way. It does take a bit of force, but they do come undone. So I'm going to whack both of these on now, and then I'll show you when they're done. This top mount is now on. So the last thing to do is take the compression off. So obviously the spring sits in the top cup here, and then that one's done. Another £93.60. No! I should get my money back for the other ones though. Obviously the ones I need are a lot more expensive. That's always the bloody Andrew way. Let's make sure they're right first before I start saying anything. I'm going to flip me shit. These ones are too big. What is going on? I had too small, now I got too big. I'm going to fucking go mad, mate. Right, so yeah, they're too big. They're going back tomorrow. How many sizes does a Suzuki Swift need for some discs? The bloody, where are they? Where's the other ones gone? The ones over there, well too small. They're well too big. But the pads are right. These pads are right. So I don't get it. So I've got to wait till tomorrow now for the discs. So we can't finish the brakes. But I can put the struts back in now. So we're going to put the struts back in. And then that's where we're going to leave it really. Get the struts in, get all the wipers and that back on. And then I'm just left with the brakes then on the front, and then we're done. Fucking hell, nothing simple, is it? Putting the struts in is pretty straightforward. Literally, you just put it in, put your top bolt and mount on. So you need your two bolts in. So I haven't tightened anything up yet, I've just literally got all the bolts in. Make sure you put your anti-roll bar back in. I'll put you on the side and you can watch me in slow time. So right now I got a soaking wet bottom because I'm sitting outside, it's been raining. But I'm past caring because I'm annoyed with this car. Check it with the ratchet. We don't need a bar on this. Now my plan here is I'm not going to do the top mount till the car's on the floor, so I know the top mount's sitting in the right position. There we go. I do like working on this car. It has not been too bad, to be honest. That's that. And I can tuck that out the way over there somewhere. All this is done up. I need to clean that pipe up still. I'll do that tomorrow when I do the brakes. I cannot be arsed today. Right, let's get the other strut in the other side. This side's done. The top mount's not done up, so there is a little bit of movement, but compared to what it was, to be honest, that's not even moving at all. That just goes to show how messed up my top mounts were. Like that, there's no movement now at all. That's solid. Brilliant. That's what we want. Right, I'm all packed up for today. Clean, tidy. Both the struts are on. So we're sort of like back together. It's just the brakes to do now. Struts back on. I've had to put a nut and bolt there, just there, to hold the hose up because obviously the other one snapped. So I drilled it out and put that screw and bolt on there, so it's doing its job. Backs are done, so tomorrow hopefully, I've got the little lad tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything, but we'll see. Hopefully I can get the front brakes done because I want to get this car back on the road because I want to drive it because I'm using my hands at the minute. But we're going to call it a day and I'll pick the video up tomorrow hopefully when the new discs are here. So I'm trying to install this thing that High On Boost sent me. I'll just show you where it goes. You can see, let me get a light under here. I am in pain right now. Oh. So you pull off the little cap that goes onto there, where that hole is, and it screws into that, I think. So it's just this little thing here, little plastic thing. They, on the website, they recommend 15 mil. That's what they're going with. Shush, boy. Fitted it. Don't know where the packet's gone. It's here somewhere. I don't notice much different, I'm not gonna lie. Feels a bit nicer towards the bottom, a bit more, it's like got like a little spongy thing on the end of the, you can feel that. It's not as harsh. Just takes away that extra little bit of travel at the bottom, I'd say. I've not driven it, so I'm not too sure, and I'm not driving at the minute, so. But yeah, that's fitted. Cheers to the boys there for sending that out for free. I'll let you know in the future what it, if it notices any different, if Abby notices any different, but it's just, yeah, it just doesn't go down as far, that's all. Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes, but cheers to them for sending that out. It's nice to have stuff for free. I love freebies. Send them all. Send me everything. Got any carbon wing mirror? Any carbon wing mirrors? Send me them. You like that one, you happy? Yeah. Right, I'm off. I'm done. Also, this is all back together now. Oh, she's locked it, but it's all back together, and there's no noise now. The new part's in, so it's all good. I don't have much time to get the car done. The little lad is having a sleep. So I've probably got an hour and a half, 2 hours max, because he likes to have a nap. I've got the correct discs now, finally. Got some better quality ones as well, which is good. So all I got to do now to the Swift is fit the front brakes to it. Everything else is done, and obviously do the top mounts and everything on the top there once it is back on the floor. So I'm going to get these brakes done now. So same as yesterday with the back, so just got to clean around the hub here, clean where the bolts are going to go in there. I've already wound that back, so I've just got to get this face clean here, and I can put the disc on, put the screws in. I've got new screws, but these two are broke, and I ain't gonna lie, I ain't drilling them out because it takes forever. So we're going to get this cleaned up and then get the disc on, clean the carrier and get that on, and I can get the pads in, and then this side's done. Right lads, we got our new disc on, pads are in, and the caliper goes on with the new bolts that come in the Brembo kit here. So we got some new bolts, which is good, so we get rid of these old things. I'll probably keep them as spares. I normally keep everything as spares. So all I got left to do this side now is put the caliper back on, tighten it up, and then I'll just clean everything up. Basically I'll give all the, so you got brake dust on here, I'll just give that a wipe down. So this side will be done in just a sec. I'm not recording too much of it obviously because I'm in quite a rush, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, just taking you along for the process. So this side is all together now. I haven't done the top mount yet. I'm going to do that last when I drop the car, like I've said. So we're on to the final corner now. At least this side, the actual screw things that hold the disc on are broke, so that makes it easier. So it's going to be exactly the same. Clean this hub up, clean up the carrier and the metal brackets that hold it on. copper grease the pads and the metal bits here, so just put some copper grease in them. Just makes it slide nice. And we've got a new disc here ready to go on, so same again, I'm going to clean all this up and get everything on as quick as I can. So I will catch you once I've done this. The car's now back on all 4 wheels, so everything's sweet. These 2 brake pipes are sound. The one on the back, that's a goner. That's not repairable or savable, so I'm going to have to get a garage to do that. I might take it to my mate Callum, see if he'll do it for me, because it goes over the fuel tank and I do not fancy doing that on the driveway. I might give it to him, see how much he'll charge to do that brake pipe. But I'm just on the last bits now. Just gonna, now the car's on the floor, I'm gonna tighten up the top mounts. Yeah, we're ready for all this to go back together. And then a test drive to make sure everything is sweet. So there we have it, boys. Car's now done. New brakes all round. The steering now is perfect. It felt when I originally got the car, the steering was horrendous. I felt like juddery. But now I've changed the bottom arms and the top mounts. Perfect. It's steering, like, I thought something was going to be wrong with the steering rack or something. But I just went around then and it's perfect. Brakes are lovely. I thought the handbrake weren't working at first because it wouldn't. It was going dead high. But now I've been around the block, it seems to have gone back to normal. So I think the brakes just needed to work for a sec. But yeah, that's everything. No knocks, no scrapes, nothing. So the car's perfect. So I'm going to park it up now. Like I said, the rear brake line under the car where the fuel tank is, I ain't doing that on the drive. It's going to be horrendous, that would. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give that to me mate Callum, hopefully, and get him to do it, because I'm not laying under there doing that. But yeah, this car's now done. It's working perfect. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Like, subscribe and comment. There will be more jobs. I need to service the car and do them alternator belts because they're still squealing. And I need to just readjust my window wiper blades because they're a bit high. But I'll take 2 seconds, I'll do that now. Yeah. Cheers for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one. Peace.